All right, for this project here, I'm gonna update the lights. This is the current lighting right now on the machine. It does have LEDs built into it, but it's fairly dark here in the front and the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some LED strip lights here. These are the silicone covered FCOB lights. And I'm gonna go ahead and install it starting here and work my way around. So I get lighting pretty much in 360 degrees. That'll make it a lot easier to see what's going on inside the bed. Right, so before I get started, first thing we're going to do is make sure to turn off the power to the laser and the unit itself. This way it's not charged. And I'm going to start with this roll of wire here. There's a little pigtail already built in one end on this thing here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hang this down. We're going to end up cutting this off here and soldering a new piece of wire to go down into the 24 volt power control. So what I'm going to do here is start removing adhesive tape and draw this all the way around. And when I get to the end where I want to, I'm going to cut it on these strips here. They have these little lines here to indicate where you can cut on the strips itself. Now, what's interesting here is that the adhesive actually pulled right off the strip here, so I'm going to have to try to lay that back down and pull off just the backer. For whatever reason, this here is not very high quality backing material here. See if we can get in there and get that started. I bought this a few months ago, and it may actually have aged out here on the adhesive. Let's see if we can get that off there. You guys get to watch me struggle. There we go. Finally got the blue backing material off here. Let's get back into it. One thing I'm doing here is making sure that I have clearance below the linear rails. This way it doesn't get caught up on the LED lights and destroy them or ruin the rails somehow. Keep adhering this all the way around. All right, so far I've installed the tape to the frame here, starting on the far right to the side of the frame, across to the back, and I ran it to a point here where I can cut it and provide enough illumination when I wire all this together. The next part is going to be cutting this off here and attaching some additional wires that will be fed through the frame here, and then I'll show you where I wired in on the next step. So I have to break out my flashlight here to be able to show where I'm trying to get through. I want to pass the wire down through this grommet here, and this will allow me to feed it down to the power supply. All right, the wire has been pulled down through the opening, and this is where we need to reach right here. This is the 24-volt power supply. I need to cut this wire to the proper length, strip off the tips here, and then feed it into this area here. You got a ground and a negative in this area here, and we want to wire it in properly to match what you already have in your now, and this should give you all the power you need to run your LED lights. All right, I've wired this down. I'm trying to get my head out of the view here, but I just unscrewed the terminal for the positive side, and I'm going to braid these together so they go in here at the same time. See if I can do this here without blocking the camera view itself. Kind of an awkward position to sit in here, but let's get inside. All right, I missed a chance to record most of the video there, but I wanted to show you what I got done here. So I did some wire management here, ran the ground to ground, positive to positive into this plug here that's marked 24 volts. And now it's all wired in here. We'll go ahead and test it out and make sure it works. All right, let's test this out here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the power. And we have light. So the LED strips are properly installed and they're wired. And now you can see there's much more visibility as far as the bed itself goes. You can see what's going on inside the machine here. With all the LED lighting attached, you can actually see inside through the laser resistant glass here to help you keep your eyes from getting burnt. You can actually see the bed, and you can actually see everything going on inside there quite visibly. In fact, it's actually reflecting light off the top here. You can see the ceiling of the warehouse here where I have this machine at. But this is definitely an improvement over what I saw before. It was much darker before. So this is definitely an improvement over the previous lighting that we had.